Imagine America in the 1860s, a young nation torn apart, brother fighting brother in a brutal struggle over slavery, states' rights, and the future of the Union. The American Civil War, spanning 1861 to 1865, was a defining conflict that reshaped the United States. This was no mere skirmish. It was a clash of ideals, economies, and wills with lasting consequences. Let's explore this pivotal chapter in history, diving into its causes, key moments, and enduring impact, all in a concise yet gripping narrative. By the mid-1800s, America was deeply divided. The North embraced industrialization, with factories, railroads, and a growing immigrant population driving economic progress. The South relied on agriculture, particularly cotton, sustained by the labor of over 4 million enslaved people. This reliance on slavery created a moral and economic rift. Abolitionists in the North pushed to end slavery, while Southern states defended it as essential to their way of life. Tensions escalated through events like the Missouri Compromise of 1820 and the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854, which sparked violent clashes in Kansas, foreshadowing the war to come. The election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860 as the first Republican president ignited the conflict. Lincoln opposed the expansion of slavery, though he initially avoided calling for its immediate end. Alarmed, 7 Southern states seceded before his inauguration, forming the Confederate States of America under Jefferson Davis. 4 more states joined after the war began, creating 11 Confederate states against 23 Union states, with border states caught in between. The South's decision to secede was an attempt to preserve their system, but it set the stage for war. The conflict began at Fort Sumter in April 1861, when Confederate forces bombarded the Union-held fort in Charleston Harbor, South Carolina. No lives were lost in the initial attack, but it marked the war's start. Lincoln called for 75,000 volunteers, escalating tensions into full-scale war. The Union held advantages, a larger population of 22 million compared to the South's 9 million, including enslaved people plus superior industrial capacity and a navy that blockaded Southern ports. The Confederacy countered with skilled generals like Robert E. Lee, home field advantage, and fierce determination. Early battles revealed the war's brutality. The First Battle of Bull Run in July 1861 saw Confederate forces, led by Thomas "Stonewall" Jackson, defeat the Union, shattering hopes of a quick victory. Spectators had gathered expecting a spectacle, only to witness chaos as Union troops fled. This defeat forced the North to prepare for a prolonged conflict. The war's scale grew, with technology like rifled muskets and ironclad ships increasing lethality, while outdated tactics led to staggering casualties. The Battle of Antietam in September 1862 became the bloodiest single day in American history, with over 22,000 casualties. Union General George McClellan faced Lee in Maryland, resulting in a tactical stalemate but a strategic Union advantage. This allowed Lincoln to issue the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863, freeing slaves in Confederate territories. The proclamation redefined the war as a fight for freedom, discouraging European intervention and enabling over 180,000 black soldiers to join the Union Army by 1865. Europe nearly entered the fray. The South sought British recognition, leveraging their cotton trade, but the Union's blockade disrupted exports, undermining King Cotton diplomacy. The Trent Affair of 1861, when Union forces seized Confederate diplomats from a British ship, risked war with Britain. Lincoln diffused the crisis by releasing the diplomats, avoiding a two-front conflict. The war's turning point came at Gettysburg in July 1863. Lee's second invasion of the North aimed to break Union morale. Over 3 days, intense fighting culminated in Pickett's charge, where 12,500 Confederates faced devastating losses. With 51,000 total casualties, the battle halted Lee's northern ambitions. Lincoln's Gettysburg Address later that year redefined the war's purpose, emphasizing democracy and unity. In the West, Ulysses S. Grant secured a key victory at Vicksburg in July 1863, gaining control of the Mississippi River and splitting the Confederacy. Grant's relentless strategy contrasted with the South's skilled commanders like Nathan Bedford Forrest, but the Union's industrial strength proved decisive. By 1864, the war turned grueling. William Tecumseh Sherman's march to the sea devastated a 60-mile-wide path from Atlanta to Savannah, destroying infrastructure and Southern morale. This total war strategy weakened the Confederacy. Meanwhile, Grant pursued Lee through Virginia in the Overland Campaign, leading to the 9-month siege of Petersburg. On April 9, 1865, Lee surrendered at Appomattox Courthouse. Grant offered generous terms, providing parole and rations, signaling reconciliation. The war claimed 620,000 lives, more than any U.S. conflict until Vietnam. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery, but Reconstruction brought challenges, including black codes and the rise of the Ku Klux Klan, foreshadowing decades of racial struggles. The Civil War forged a stronger federal government and ended slavery, but left deep societal scars. It spurred innovations like railroads and canned food, while cultural works like Uncle Tom's Cabin and Matthew Brady's photographs shaped public perception. The war's legacy endures in America's ongoing quest for unity and equality. What's your favorite Civil War moment? Share it below, and let's keep exploring history's lessons.